For this demonstration, I'm going to actually show you how to set up your draft applying your sleeve block. So just to show you the kind of sleeve that we're going to create, it's just a straight sleeve. It's one full piece sleeve, but it's very, very straight. No other details on it. There's no patterns or there's no gathering, etc. So that is what we're going to create. That's the working drawing, just to show you what we're creating, straightforward. And then here you will see that I've actually got my front and my back block already set up correctly. This is a sleeve block, and if you think that this is the back block, this is the front block, and we know that because of the shape of them. I know the front and the back of my sleeve because this is 2 notches, which denotes the back of the sleeve. This is the shoulder point, and this is actually the front notch. And if you look at the shape of my block here, you can see that this is steeper and this is shallower. And that's because of the shape of the arm. You need to move your arm further forward, and that's why we need this shape more at the front. So with that in mind, this is the horizontal line that we set up when we're drafting our original draft of our bodice, and what we align the 2 underarm points onto. Because this is the front, I make sure that the front of the actual sleeve block is in this direction. Placing the underarm points of the sleeve block on this line, you slide it across the line until, if you look here, my armhole of my original draft of the bodice front is here, and that's the front notch, and you can see now that my front notch is matching and sitting onto this armhole, like so. That is how you would set up your block correctly with your sleeve. Trace all the way around your actual sleeve, and then just putting that back, you can see that that is now assigned correctly. And that is what you always do. You always set up your sleeve on top of your front and your back bodice, like so. The next thing that we would do then is we create a pattern piece from that. And again, here is one that I've traced off earlier. So we've got our back notch, our front shoulder, and then the front notch. Traced all the way around on a piece of paper. Applied 1/2 centimetre seam allowance all the way around on 1 centimetre at the hem. What you must remember to do is fold back the hem, so I'll show you that process again. So folding back on the finished hem line, like so, putting it underneath your piece of paper. It's then at this point that you get your scissors, cut down your seam allowance on both sides. And then if you open your pattern piece up, you can see that you actually get the kick, which is what you want on both sides. So that's correct. And now you can just trim the bottom of your pattern and cut all the way along. Now the other thing that you need to be aware of is the straight of grain. These are your underarm points. So if you take your pattern master and draw a line like so from underarm point to underarm point, you know that's your shoulder. So again, take your pattern master, set this line onto the underarm point, move it up a tad, moving across the line until this line is set on here, and you've got your pattern master on your shoulder notch. Draw down your pattern, and that's how you correctly create your straight of grain for your sleeve. Same procedure as normal, black fine liner pen, straight of grain for abbreviation, and then as we normally would, apply the piece information to your pattern again, nice and neatly please. Block capitals, black fine liner pen. Your name, piece name, sample size and the cut detail. So your name, obviously piece name, it would be SLV in this case. Sample size, we're working to a size 12. Cut detail, it'll actually be 1 pair. And that is how you create the sleeve pattern piece.